Hey y'all, welcome. We're going to do a pick-a-pile reading. It's been a while since I've done one of those. We've got piles 1 through 3 here. Pile 1 is Butterfly Spirit Transformation, number 8. Pile 2, the message is Walking Away. That is number 27. And pile 3 is number 2 for Beloved Radical Acceptance. And I will put those cards back in, and we're just going to use that to kind of help you guys decide which pile that you'd like to choose. So go ahead and take a deep breath, pick your pile. All the timestamps are listed down below, as well as all the other information that you need. Let's get started on your reading. Okay, pile 1, if you picked Butterfly Spirit Transformation, this is your message. There's something to the pearl here, and I don't know if that means that like there's something inside that is a treasure waiting to come out that this transformation is going to bring. It kind of feels that way. Let's just kind of see and get started here. So, all right, Spirit, what can you tell the collective in pile 1 about what they need to know? Protection, guardians of the land, power, which is dragon, number 11, meandering pathway, flow, number 24, Frog Spirit Renewal, number 20. And look at this, guys. You got the card, Transformation. And we also have 26, Mystic Meadow Sanctuary. So this is really lovely. And I love the way that these cards kind of go together, too, with the colors. And then from green into blue into this complete power and transformation here. You are definitely divinely protected. There's something to the sanctuary, and I don't know if that's an inner sanctuary or if you've managed to like finally find your home and you're great with your environment. You're good where you are. Meandering pathway usually means it's not a direct path, that there's been some winding curves, but with the flow card, it's like you guys have mastered all this. I'm incredibly proud. Let's see what the clarifiers have to say on it. What do we have to add? Let's go for this sanctuary, because I'm mostly curious about this sanctuary. I'm hearing sanctuary of your heart, peace. So yeah, it's like optimism. It's taken you a long time, I think, to get to a point where you finally feel at peace regarding a person or situation. And for some of you, it just could be like where you were in life. Maybe before you felt like you weren't where you should have been or could have been, didn't live up to that potential, or maybe it wasn't going the right way, and yet you managed to flow around that pathway instead of fighting the current, and it's just really worked out in your favor. It's really beautiful. Oh, behind a mask tried to fly out. Let's see what the flow has to say here. I thought that this was going to be, I don't know, a little bit more complicated. I shouldn't probably say that. Fragmented energy and friends and colleagues for flow. What is this missing piece of her? To see how there's all these puzzle pieces, and she's looking to see which one fits. And it's also in the water, which goes well with going with the flow. But it's interesting to me that that came out with friends and colleagues. What about this fragmented energy, please? Offense, the ball is in your court. Baggage, holding on to past events and or relationships. Okay. So as you go on this new path, as you find yourself developing more in your spirituality and your intuition and just where you are in life, this transformation, this powerful transformation, it's going to be in your hands to kind of let go of some things that might be in your aura or in your environment, like friends, colleagues, jobs that are no longer serving you. Or perhaps you're even holding on just to an event. What is this baggage that they need to let go of? Whoops, hold on just a second. Foundation, something with the foundation, it looks like, with the Ten of Pentacles there. What about this baggage? Ten of Cups. Anything that doesn't make you happy. Because we have the Devil, the Ten of Cups, or keeping you stuck with the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Cups. Sometimes, we can just even get in a place of complacency. And things are just stagnant. I don't feel that it's a love relationship. actually, which blows my mind because that's usually all I channel a lot of the times. But it has been something that has been keeping this flow out of the way. Is that still here, or is this upcoming? Ace of Cups, King of Pentacles. Yeah, it's time for, this is starting new. A new beginning without all of this fragmented energy. And it's going to be stable. So any friendships, jobs, colleagues, relationships that have not been stable for your highest good, you're putting them out to pasture. And the good news is renewal follows right after that. And Frog Spirit is now just screaming at me, that golden frog on this card. So frogs might be significant to somebody out there. I know that sounds weird. But it just really does lead to peace, optimism. It's almost like there was one bad apple in your group and you're getting rid of that energy. What about renewal? Got travel. It was stuck to intuition and manifestation. But there's movement with your manifestation and your intuition's heightened. And it's bringing on this power and transformation, which is freaking incredible. I love those two cards together. What about power and transformation? What's going to be transforming for pile one? Joyous fun, courage. So it's finally like you are putting yourself first. Your wants, your needs, discovering facets of yourself, and having the courage to really enjoy your life. Golly, guys. You should write a book on this, because I think you've been through it. And, I mean, you're really coming out of this with incredible energy. Milestone and present power. There's a lot of twos on the board. Oh, I thought that was a two. Milestone and present power. So this, whatever this is that you are letting go of or need to let go of with that fragmented energy, is going to be a huge milestone. And so you have two references here to power. So don't discount that. If you feel like you're not within your power, you are well on your way getting there. They want me to get some of these. What else to add to this power and transformation, please? Figuring it out, the missing piece of information. And then having the courage to do something about it. You're probably getting downloads and dreams from your guides. Oh, we've got defense here with the offense. That kind of balances it out. I'm going to get a clarifier for that. And I think that's just, in the past, somebody might have been very defensive. Or you could have thought that the ball was in their court and it's actually in yours. And so here we got it again here, guys. The Friend and Divine Feminine. Changes are coming or changes are needed. So is there a friend that is very defensive about their actions, their behavior? At the bottom of the deck is the mind. Someone is not speaking their inner truth, and there's the puzzle piece again. I've got that 2 decks in one on that one. What is this defense for? And they're also telling me that you might have to be on the defensive, like, not to be defensive, but boundaries is what I'm hearing. And then, yeah, there's the 9 of Wands. Queen of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. Could be a work thing or a mother thing. Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. So what I'm getting here with these two different energies, the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, is, you know, maybe you're the stable one and your other friend is just the kind of the flighty one, the one that's not exactly reliable. There might even be just some, it's the party, it can be the party girl card or the other woman card. A lot of times though, if the Queen of Wands is not in her higher power and it's on the shadow side, they can be very arrogant, selfish, impulsive and destructive in their actions in a way. I don't want to make it sound worse than what it is. And especially with the Page of Wands here, it's just like they're less mature than you are now. Even if they're fully grown and they're not immature, they're not where you are right now at all. But for some reason, someone's been holding on to this because I think they think it's going to get better. Now, the Knight of Cups is interesting. It's like, would an apology make that work? I don't think it is. Why is the Knight of Cups here with the Eight of Pentacles? Perhaps you looked at it from a love standpoint and put a lot of work and effort into it. And look at this, guys. They're ready to close this out. The Wheel, the World, Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Your heart's no longer in this. Even if it's not a friend and it's a love relationship, someone's ready to walk away and needs to walk away and will once they figure out whatever this discovery card is. What is it that they're going to discover? I'm going to get a different deck for that. Hold on just a second. What are they going to discover about this friend, situation, coworker? Okay. We'll start with that and we'll go from there. Well, these are actually pretty good cards for what you're going to discover. It's nothing to walk away from, so I think it's more of in a reverse standpoint. But there's something, whoops, didn't see that guy, that's not being shown here. This person could be a little jealous of you, or maybe even a little competitive with you when it comes to attention or something like that. But it's not balanced. There's two sixes here, Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands. The public forum seems to be important. Maybe even when drinking is involved with the Nine of Cups. But there's just this complacency and apathy kind of attached to that. And I think that they kind of throw you off your foundation a little bit. Okay, let's get out these cards and kind of see some final advice from Spirit. You know what? They're saying don't do that. I'm going to clarify this protection. Sorry. I didn't feel that it was really necessary, but they're saying go for it. So we shall. Guardians of the Land, protection. Fear. So don't be scared to let this go, because you are heavily protected. And if it's somebody that has to do with your foundation, so if it's like a boss or someone you live with, maybe a roommate, a partner, don't be scared, because there's something waiting. You might have a really good family and kindred partnership in the background, but I feel like that's what's coming in. They're trying to bring you a kindred partnership, and your family, even if it's not your biological family, your soul family, is here to help you. And by family, I'm getting an ancestor vibe too with that on the other side, with your guides and angels and past over loved ones. Yeah, it's time for something new. There's the canvas. New passions or pursuits. And there you have the moon again. So they're probably, this family card, those ancestors are talking to you in the 3D. And look, two guys. Seriously, there's 120 cards in the deck, minus however many these two decks combined that we've already put out here. And you got two of them flying out. That's crazy. Like something's ready to be new. And for some of you, it could be on the home and the business front. Let's get a clarifier for that, because that's kind of interesting. What about this new passion and pursuits? Ace of Cups. There's the Nine of Wands again. So that's going to involve, you know, being a little fearless and letting go of things that have been hard to let go of in the past. Look at this, y'all. All right. You've got the Ace Cups. You've got the Ace of Wands. You've got the World. Like, they're saying close this out in 900 different ways. Six of Swords, moving forward. And then here's this fear, the Nine of Swords, like at night. But I'm getting with that, maybe you're waking up and you're not realizing the downloads that are coming through. Like just briefly you hear it and then you forget. And there's two nines here as well. So that means that that is coming to an end here, whatever this is. Let me see. And one little thing to here. Yep. The cards. Playing games, laying it all out on the table. House of Cards. So this House of Cards is ready to come down. Like it's time. You have all the power that you need to own your truth and transform the situation. Yep. Strong foundations and roots. You are well on your way. I'm so proud of you guys. Seriously. Look at the bottom of the fairy tale. True love, romance, the lovers. And then separation under that. Endings, breakups, divorce, time apart. So I'm wondering, something's got to end for this fairy tale energy to come in. All right. So let's get some final advice, then we'll do some timing, okay? So final advice, please. Spirituality and spiritual development. Don't let pride get in your way. Remove blockages and take action. And I think that blockage is just this baggage, this friend, or whatever it is that needs to, you know, kind of go on your own path. And that might not be permanent. They just need to catch up, you know. Immediate action required or urgency is needed. And don't have worry and anxiety around this, guys. I mean, I know it is a big deal. It's going to feel like a big deal. And I think since it's one of your milestones, it's because you're finally standing up for yourself and taking back your power and like setting that boundary with somebody that you do care about, that you have that history with, which is extremely difficult to do. So don't forget to celebrate your wins. I got spirit chills whenever I said that. What can you tell us about timing? They gave us a yes, October. Oh, wow. So that's coming up quick. Let's get a date for that. And then that should be everything. Thank you, guys. If you're new here, please join our tribe and subscribe. Would love to have you. So October, the 9th, the 4th, the 15th, or the 21st. And I believe 21 was one of the other main cards now, which if I was better at laying these out, it was your first card, protection. So they are doubling down on that. I'm going to double check these real quick. I don't think these are the same numbers. No. So you are heavily protected. All of this is happening in October if this is your story. And I'm proud of you and I'm rooting for you. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Okay, pile 2. You did have a channeled song that came through in your meditation. It's Nobody Knows It But Me by the Tony Rich Project, I think. I don't know if that's you, like, pretending, or if it's somebody that might have walked away from you, or if it's not relevant at all. But let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Maybe walking away will come back out. Pile 1's card did. So far you have the Sun, woman holding a coin, which is Queen of Pentacles energy or Earth energy, strategy, and action. Ooh, I like all of this. So if you're not an earth sign or dealing with an earth sign, it could just be about your job and pentacles. That black cat on that card seems very significant to me. And so does the number 17 for some reason. So let's see. Let's get started. I think I need one more card. Let me kind of just stew in this for just a second. Yeah, I'm going to get one more card after action. So try to see here. The garden and the gate. Yep. It's ready for you to walk through once we get a little action out there. So we'll push those up to the top and let's get some clarifiers. So it feels like maybe you've been thinking about this for a while. What would make me happy? What is the best way to lay a solid foundation for myself going forward, right? Maybe even planning a little bit of strategy behind it. Oh, now at the bottom of the deck, we do have deceit and rest and rejuvenation. Not really all that concerned about the deceit card. I feel like that is in the past energy. Somebody might have deceived you before. Why is the Sun card here? Planning and action. So you've got two things for planning and action. Perhaps the planning and action part is going to be enough just to kind of bring this feeling of happiness over you. I'll get one more and we'll get some other cards. Discovery. So figuring something out and then taking the necessary steps for planning and action, and then fragmented energy. Both of these cards came out for pile 1. So it's almost like you figured out where that missing puzzle piece was. You know, if you can see her here, she's missing a puzzle piece right around her heart. And there's all these kind of floating through the abyss. And she's trying to figure out which one. And I think that you've discovered which one, which is awesome, guys. All right. What about this fragmented energy? What does that entail? Feeling trapped or stuck in a situation. So it's so you just feel stuck, you figure it out, we're taking some planning and action. There's a little fear there, a little skittish, nervous energy surrounding the action part, I think, especially once the plan gets kind of percolating, because then I think you're going to get kind of excited, but then kind of fearful at the other hand, because it's big change, you know? What are they discovering here? Oh, what your heart truly wants. This deep love that hasn't been spoken or at least talked about too much. 8 of Cups. Walking away from something. Knight of Pentacles. It's been a long time coming. So maybe it was a long time to realize, and maybe it was just a long time for this discovery to come to fruition. Now, let's see, why do they feel trapped? I do want to see why you felt trapped and stuck in this fragmented energy. Ace of Cups. And I think there's an Ace of Swords here. Okay, so there was a moment of truth and clarity, maybe even an offer from someone else, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting more like this is truly what you want, especially with the Star card. Oh, and there's a message coming through too. If some of you stayed in a situation to make it work with this Knight of Pentacles here and just really, really, really tried, thinking that it could be healed, there was a moment of truth where you realized that was the discovery. Like, I'm going to have to walk away. Nothing's really changing here. All kinds of aces, which also represent new beginnings. So you're well on your way here. Let's go to, and maybe part of that planning and action is figuring out how to get the foundation you need in the 3D sense, right? Why is woman holding a coin here for pile 2? Optimism. And deserving. So you do deserve this. You deserve to feel stable and loved and needed and wanted, and to have your heart fulfilled and have someone that will put forth that effort with you, or a situation that matches and balances out, you know, what you give to it. And I think that there's a higher perspective here that's realized. Now with the statue card, that could be a stalemate, stubbornness, or afraid of change. I think it's just a little bit of fear with the deer here. Like, I'm a little scared to make this change. Maybe what you're doing, if this is regarding a career, you might not make as much money, but it will make you happier. You know, something to that extent. There's just a tiny little fear, but what's going on the other side is going to be even better. Yeah, so see, that fear is kind of had kept you stuck in the past, like, or you could have been dealing with an Emperor energy, which they do not compromise. You know, everything's their way when they want it their way. And it was a moment of judgment here with yourself. Like, yeah, it just flows right back to what I said before. So it's not moving, not changing, and you got your fire back with the Queen of Wands and Strength. So really, there's just a little bit of hesitation, but that's it. Just because it's change, and change is hard, and nobody really likes it all that much, usually. Unless it's, you know, good from start to finish. Let's see about strategy. Strategy seems significant, especially since you have planning and action and twice here. Kindred partnership. So there might be a friend or a person victim mentality. That's weird. I'm going to put that one back in. Let's get one more. See if it wants to come back out. So this is interesting because, whoa, that's way too many. I'm getting more, and look at these hot air balloons. I'm just now seeing that with this hot air balloon. That's significant in a way. So there might be another person that's coming in, a friend, could be a love partner or something like that, that's going to kind of help push you to the other side, like a catalyst of sorts. Status quo and travel. So there is going to be a little bit of playing by the rules, status quo here, but for the most part, it's just all about how to move forward in this new kindred partnership. or with the help from your friends and loved ones. That feather, too, on strategy is sticking up. See, upcoming blessings, luck is on your side. It's just going to take some movement. And maybe getting back to like your innocence, and because the children card came out, how you were when you're young. Remember how everybody remembers that moment in childhood where everything just wasn't the same again, right? Like mine was a girl that said something to me in the 3rd grade, and it just changed my perception of everything. Going back to before that, though, is the core essence of our soul. Ooh, but look at this. So we have the divine masculine, the moon, and seesaw, back and forth energy. So you can feel possibly this person's energy back and forth in your, golly, Mercury retrograde. It ends today, right? Is it today or tomorrow? Then we'll have the 2-week thing after. But you can't see it, but there is a masculine here that is going to be important to this strategy to get out of this. It could, for just a couple of you, just be a lawyer if you need one of those. But I'm going to clarify this because I don't understand the back and forth energy. It feels like mirrored energy or a 2 of Pentacles, like, oh, can I or can't I? Maybe you think the strategy isn't what it could be. Excuse me. We have... All right, we've got the 6 of Wands, King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, and the High Priestess. So that's that is very much back and forth energy. You know, like 7 of Wands and 6 of Wands, totally different. 6 of Wands, very public, very vocal, attention, spotlight, that type of thing. 7 of Wands, guarded, quiet, in the bubble, protected. But there's a deep knowing here. And this is a good, solid foundation. And I think that this masculine with this King of Swords, they're going to give you a moment of truth and clarity. They're going to tell it to you bluntly. And maybe even help you in that way as well. Yeah, the King of Swords and the Divine Masculine with Kindred Partnership, that is a big-time lawyer vibe for some of you out there. But don't forget, guys, look, I mean, we're getting to the great part here. It's just, and with all these other cards, there's no bad cards here. It's just going to be time consuming, and it's hard to leave something that you've been with for a long time, whether it's a friend, a company, a job, a habit, a hobby, a person, you know, your home. So let's see, action. Oh. You're being very specific about the action card. And why do I think the black and white horse is kind of sticking out to me now as well? Huh. I don't think I've ever had that happen where I went 2 through and didn't get anything. Let me try this. What about the action card here? Yeah. Okay. We'll start there. I'm going to put the siblings back in. All right. So the first one is footsteps, walking away, moving on, follow the leader. So there will have to be some action as far as leaving something or someone behind. The olive branch is here as well. So that's apologies and forgiveness. So if you need to make some of those, go ahead. I think it's more of a forgiveness of yourself in a way, and probably forgiving other people, but that will help. Lipstick, glossing over imperfections, or telling someone what they want to hear. That's got to come to an end. Like now we're going with our inner truth, not what's going to be the status quo. You see what I'm saying? Torch, eternal flame, burning desire. So there's going to be a torch, a motivation, something to light the match underneath the situation to help it move forward. I think they said I could get one now from this that will kind of tie all these in, but we'll see. There we go. The sacred temple. Yeah. So the divine's on your side. Your spirit guides have your back. That's also a 5 card, which signifies change. What is this torch within them? The moon. Oh, it's so deep and emotional and so far down. But I think it's like it lives within you, but you can't see a way out of this current situation. And I think it's just because all the actions for some of you that you will have to take, it just seems overwhelming. And they're just saying, no, you've got this. We've got you. Nothing bad to see here. It's just going to take a little courage and a little time. What about the garden and the gate? Deception. Don't self-sabotage that or get in your own way. Or let other people deceive you, trick you, or talk you into staying in a situation that you don't need anymore. Friends and colleagues, definitely. That's what I was thinking. Sometimes our friends mean the best for us, right? But they don't know your free will, your entire, it's not their journey, is what I'm trying to say. And we can listen to them and make decisions based upon their opinions that aren't for our highest good. You know, even though our friends have our highest good in mind. What about this deception? I think I should have gotten the other deck for this. The bug light. Enjoys conflict, attracts drama, and marching band. On repeat, constant thoughts. So you probably already know who I'm speaking of here. But this person does add drama to every situation. And it's just time to kind of let it go. And that might be part of the reason why you're self-sabotaging as well, is you don't like the drama or the conflict, and you just would rather everybody just be happy. And there goes the hot air balloon again. And the ancestors, again, helping behind the scenes here. So something's undiscovered or hidden. And that could just be the power within you to be able to make this change, you know? Let me see. We're going to ask what is hidden here. I'm going to get a different deck. What is hidden? What is hidden that involves deception? Well, there's a moment of truth. That was the Ace of Swords. Oh, does that one want to come out? The strength to do it. Could be dealing with a Leo. You've been carrying the burden of this entire friendship or relationship with the Ten of Wands. And the Devil. So Capricorn and Leo energy here with the Strength card doesn't have to be. It's kept you restricted, though. It's kept the situation, the relationship, the job, everything restricted. Queen of Pentacles again. So I do feel, for some of you, it could involve finances. But it really hurt your stability. And did someone use somebody here for money at one point? Or maybe borrowed a bunch of money and didn't pay it back? What's up with the Queen of Pentacles? We've got the Six of Wands again. That's a weird combo with the 9. Something happened here. And there's the Two of Swords again. But it left somebody very confused, not knowing what to do and not seeing all sides of it. But something happened in public that has led to a lot of anxiety, sleepless nights. Could have been even at nighttime in public. And I think you're ready. I think you're ready to let this go. Let's see. Let's get some final advice, and then we're going to get some timing for you when this will come down. So final advice, please, for pile 2. Don't worry. You've got this. You've got this. Okay. Let this go and move forward. I have a feeling that it's that friend or person in your life. Take a leap of faith. Don't self-sabotage. And then veering off path, misdirection. Remember, don't let your friends, colleagues, anybody else tell you what you need for your own happiness, because you know. And then there's a soulmate or twin flame involved in this. If you don't have that partnership right now, it could be coming in as soon as this goes away. All right, can we get some timing, please, of when this might happen? When it might happen or who might be involved. So that's Aries. It could be Aries season or during the Aries new moon. When is the Aries new moon? And November. So what dates in November are significant, please? Whoops. The 2nd, I didn't see what the first card was. The 19th, the 9th, the 29th, and the 30th. So 2929 is sticking out to me too, if that's one of your mirrored numbers, or the number 58. Well, thank you guys. Don't worry about this. You have all the power you need, and I think you're ready. And you just might have needed a little push from Spirit, and I think it's coming. So I hope that you'll come back to see me. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Have a great weekend. All right, pile 3. Thank you for being here today. Let's go ahead and see what Spirit wants you to know. What do you have for pile 3, please? Dream Thief, refusal of the call. Ooh. So Spirit is trying to get through to either you or someone in your vicinity. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Didn't see that one. Closing door, completion. Benefactor, grace and generosity. This is really interesting. I'm going to go ahead and get one more, I think. It feels kind of like if we leave this out of it, this refusal of the call, although I'm getting a message now that it might be refusing of the call to Spirit to think about, to put yourself first, right? To focus on your own happiness and wants and needs and desires, because it feels very much like whoever this person is overflowed with what they had to give to other people. They're extremely gracious and generous. And that's time to come to an end so that it can kind of balance it out, right? Because look, we have the root girl, the disowned self. So if this is your story, you might have thought that you lost yourself along the way by being a good person and just, if everybody's happy, then I'm happy type of thing. But along the way, you don't know anymore what makes you happy, right? So let's see what this refusal of the call is. Refusal of the call, please, for pile 3. Optimism. Every single pile has gotten this card in different placements. So maybe you know what the call is and you're just not optimistic about it because you don't see a way out. And then we have stuck energy. Yeah. So this is all just stuck. And even if you're cautiously optimistic, there's a very 7 of Cups energy around it as far as like, how do I do this? What do I do? Where do I go? What are people going to say or think? But see, this is the only way that this is going to be fair with the scales. Resolution, fairness, and justice. We also have the Friend and grounded energy, stability, and commitments. Wow. Somebody out there might have a friend that is going to turn into more than a friend. Or at least that's what the goal is. Let's see. Why is the Friend card here? 6 of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Did you help a friend and it went awry? They moved forward without you, or you need to move forward without this person? Because they're kind of keeping you stuck. The same combination came out for pile 2 too. 9 of Wands, the Moon, and 2 of Swords. Could have been pile 1. But it was exactly the same combination. And it's like a drowning in emotion here with the Moon card. And she's underwater looking up at the moon. Like, how do I get out? How do I get my head above water? And this 9 of Wands is just standing here, like not moving, because she's confused. I don't know how to do this. I don't see my way out. None of it makes sense, I feel. I'm going to get one from this deck too, because I wanted one for this deck as well. Marching band, on repeat, constant thoughts. And I think that's because Spirit is like zapping you constantly, you know, like this little monkey is sending out little squeals or whatever. So it's always on your mind, in the back of your mind, that it's time to kind of remove this stuck energy. What do they need to do? What is the call? What call are they refusing? Knight of Wands. They're trying to light your fire and get you inspired. 4 of Wands. Something foundational on the home front. And then there's 5 of Swords. So a little bit conflicted internally about making this change. Maybe you don't believe it, don't see it. A little confused about the feelings there surrounding it. But I feel it's more, how do I move forward on this and get unstuck? So what about overwhelm and plenty? Good grief. I'm having all kinds of problems with these not wanting to flip over today. Travel and fragmented energy with the loving woman. I think somebody else got that combo too. This is crazy. So this is true. Like in your heart, you have all of this emotion, like an overwhelming emotion. But for some reason, the energy of it is fragmented. It's like, which piece of this puzzle fits my heart? And there needs to be some movement here. Maybe you have more than one option. What can be said with this? What about this fragmented energy? The garden. The ancestors are helping. The garden is bright side, healing, or reflection. And it's with the offense, the ball's in your court. Fire extinguisher, stagnant love, dying passions, or a roommate dynamic. Now the friend card makes sense. Somebody's been trying to, definitely with the ancestors, your guides, the divine, trying to spark your ear that this situation at home or whoever you're dating, you're with, you're married to, is more of a friendship dynamic. And they're trying to get you to get your groove back, get your passion back around. Tarot to add to this. And I think it's been an overwhelming situation, and that's why that overwhelming, that word is just sticking out. This is going to be a big test of strength for you. And look at that, 10 of Pentacles. Yes, definitely has to do with the home dynamic. So on to grace and generosity, please. And 35 and 43 are sticking out, which are just random numbers. The loving man, the honoring path, and back and forth. Okay, guys. This might be an oddly specific message. Somebody knows who this loving man is. And they're trying to do the honorable thing and stay in a situation that has since expired in their home life. And they go back and forth because they know this. And it's almost like as soon as they have enough, you know, guts to kind of make that movement forward, something happens and it keeps them in the seesaw dynamic. Like, I just can't. I want to do the right thing. And I don't even think it's, I don't want to make a wrong turn, or I don't know if this is the path I need to be on. It's, I don't want to walk away from this honoring path because maybe people will say something. Ooh. All those flew out. Okay. We've got the moon. So downloads, dreams, 5D communication, astral travel with the epiphany. So that's a divinely guided thought or idea. So they're screaming at you in your dreams about this. And there's a deep knowing or inner wisdom about it. And they're saying there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We're trying to guide you here with the lantern to where you're supposed to go. And all it will take is just acknowledgement and then a little bit of step to let this door close and let something else open. And I feel like these go together. Actually, I think they should go like this, because someone's going to realize that they've kind of disowned themselves. They've lost who they truly are, and it's time to find themselves again. Even though the friend, I don't get a negative situation out of that necessarily for the most of you. It's just a roommate dynamic at this point. So anything else to add to back and forth, the honoring path, and the loving man? The tower. So yeah, they're going to bring a tower in, or a tower is going to happen. I know a lot of people that just wait for the towers, because then they know it's time, but I don't recommend that because they're not usually fun. So we have the Sun, the Eight of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles with the tower. So it's like, if you wait too long in this Eight of Swords and feel trapped and like you can't get out, you don't know what to do, they'll just send in the tower for your own good and happiness and for a solid new beginning. What about the root girl, disowned self? And that's usually that's how it went for me. I mean, I completely surrendered to a really bad situation, and all of a sudden on an ordinary day, it was like, it's time. Planning and action. So this is planning and action to remove yourself from this situation to find yourself again. I'm going to go ahead and get one for closing door as well. And then we're going to, great gratitude. And I think, you know, whatever situation you're getting out of, there's a lot of gratitude there for that. But also, I think it's going to be gratitude on both sides, because there's no way that this person that you're dealing with doesn't feel that fire extinguisher dynamic as well. Now, they might label it a little differently, but they're going to know if your heart's not in it, right? What about Root Girl and planning an action? The Lion. There it is. The Courage again. That's twice. The Angels speaking to you, your spirit guides. Rose-colored glasses. So take those off. That's distorted views regarding a person or situation and glossing over the truth. So it's time to kind of see reality for what it is and realize that your heart's might not be where you think it is right now. Because something's undiscovered or hidden from view with the rock star. Songs might be significant as well at this time. Planning an action and the Root Girl. Here we go. I told you guys, look at this. This is crazy. I have to sneeze immediately. The Lovers, the World, and the Hermit. So after some time going in, finding themselves, finding that guiding light within, they're making a choice on love. Something's closing out. That's incredible. Could be dealing with a Virgo, Gemini. There's a lot of Libra energy here. Leo. There's everything pretty much. Pisces. Okay, so closing door and completion with great gratitude. So no longer, we got the Divine Feminine again. No longer are we going to ignore big issues or heavy burdens, right? And everything that was revealed is coming to light, or hidden is coming to light. We got the rock star again. Tribe, finding your home, your soul tribe. And baggage, holding on to past events and or relationships. There might be a period there where you hold on to it for just a second, but really see the gratitude of it and see the ifs or the whys, fours of why everything happened. Good grief, Mercury retrograde. Thank goodness today's last day of that. Here's the Mime, and you got the Lantern again. Someone is not speaking their inner truth. It might just take one conversation because they're scared. They're nervous to admit this out loud to somebody. But the Divine's like, we got you. Like, this is your path. This is the way that you're supposed to go. And they're trying, I think, to make it as clear to you as possible. And it's starting to stick now. What is this inner truth? Two of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Temperance. Now, for some of you, it might be somebody dealing with two different energies. But I feel, especially with the Temperance energy here and the Divine, it was back and forth. Do I listen to my heart or do I listen to my foundation? Everything's fine with this roommate dynamic situation. Why would I want to, remove that over just the hope of a heart? Will that be enough? And I think that's where the confusion comes in. But it looks like it's going to complete. It's time to close it out. What about the Two of Pentacles? And after this, we'll get some advice and timing card, Knight of Pentacles. It's been a long time coming. So if this is your story, you've probably been going through this for a while. Number 9 is sticking out significantly to me. All right, let's get some timing cards here. So when will this completion take place? Leo, September. Ooh, pretty quick. So maybe we've already passed Leo season. I don't know when the new moon in Leo is. Is that in November or January? But something significant is going to go on this month to kind of push this close for you. What dates might be significant going forward? So some of you might have already had a conversation that concerned this around the 4th or 5th of September, which in the States I think was Labor Day. The 17th. Ooh, that's coming up. And the 22nd. Ooh, guys. Okay. Well, this is exciting, though. I mean, don't be scared. They flat out told you, don't be scared. We have your back. 2 lanterns here. This is going to be fair. This is going to balance the scales out. So final advice for pile 3, please. Be vulnerable. Step out of your comfort zone. Corrections or apologies are needed. I think it's more of a correction because this is part of your work in progress manifestation. There's some unresolved emotions here. So it's interesting. Closure came out with completion. So there might be a little bit more of reconciling your emotions internally with this fire extinguisher. And then it's saying go with the flow, accept what you cannot change and release control. So if there's anything you're going against the grain with right now, it's saying just release it to spirit. They've got your back. And parental good grief. Lord have mercy. God bless America. Parental influences are a big thing here. So you might be a parent, and that might be part of the reason the children card didn't come out, but that's not saying that that's not a problem or an issue with getting out of the situation. But I feel like it's more my parents stayed married, and I don't want to not be married and leave a situation that's not really bad by any means for love, for true love and passion in my heart. It's something like that. What will my parents think? Well, thank you guys. I hope that you'll stick around and join the tribe. I would love to have you here, and I am rooting for you. So please keep me posted. Sending you lots of love and light. Take care.